So you're trying to figure out what's the difference between the Vertuo Next, Pop, and Plus. Well, let me explain it to you and explain which one is going to be the best for you. So this is the Nespresso Vertuo Pop coffee machine by Longy. It is a coffee and espresso machine that uses the Vertuo pods. This is going to be a smaller version of some of the other Nespressos you might have tried previously. So let's take it out. So in terms of measurements, it is 10.4 inches tall, 13.4 inches deep, and 8.8 inches wide. So not very big at all. It's also going to be very simple to use. And remember, all its Nespressos for the Vertuo systems work basically the same. They're going to be able to sense the size of coffee they're going to brew. So the Nespresso comes with a plastic tray. If you go to Latissima, these will come with metal trays. You also will be receiving a selection of pods inside the box. It's also an easy to understand quick start guide that's going to read out how to fully operate your unit. Very straightforward. There's only really 5 steps. You choose the pod, you insert the capsule, you press the brew button, and it's going to create it, and then you recycle the capsule. That's it. This is one of the easiest systems to use, as you can see. The key features on a Vertuo Pop machine is that it comes in multiple colorways. It's able to brew hot and cold beverages in 5 different sizes, and that's going to be based on the code that you get on your Vertuo pod here. So this can go many sizes from 5, 8 to 12 ounce coffees, and it can produce a single and double espresso. The machine, you can see, is also very compact. It is more compact than you can get on the Plus or the Next, and that means that you're not going to have the ability to use the same size cup. So if I take out the trays, so we'll take out trays on both of these guys. So if I take out the trays, and the Next has very similar tray to the Pop. The Pop actually has the lightest of the trays. And then you put a cup here, you'll notice that the height is going to be taller on your Plus, and taller on your Next, and lower on your Pop. The tank on your Pop is going to be 37 ounces, and this is going to be removable, making it easy to add water as well as to clean it in the future. It has a one-touch coffee system with a 30-second heat up time. Automatic used coffee pods are going to be expelled using the same system you would get on the Next. It just lifts it and pops it out. None of these come with a built-in milk frother. You're going to want to use the Arancino separately that you can get from Nespresso, and that's just kind of like a milk frother container. The Pop also comes with the smallest of the disposal containers, and it only really holds about 5 maximum, maybe 4, so it's not going to have the same capacity you would get on some of the larger Next or Plus systems. Vertuo Pop is really going to be a very stylish machine. So if you take a look at the overall structure, this is the water tank here. This is not movable, so you will not be able to adjust this. On your Plus, you can move around your water tank. And you can adjust it here. As you can see, I can move that water tank around. I cannot adjust it on the Pop, so no water tank adjustment. If you take a closer look at your Pop, you can see that the finishes are very nice and very clean. There's going to be the 2 holes for your tray. There's not a big technology change in terms of the pour spout between the Pop, the Next, and the Plus. Remember, the Plus will automatically open, and that's what you get inside. Very cool. While you have the manual lid on the Pop, lock that into place. And that's easy to do with one hand. It is much harder to do on the Next. You got to press much harder. And I think that's why a lot of people had an issue with their Next, with the seals, the leaks, and just how punchy the spring is compared to the other Nespressos. That's the body on the Plus, and that is the body on the Pop, and that is the body on the Next. You want to know what it looks like from above if you're going to brew. There is only one button on your Next. There's no other buttons here. There's no other buttons that you're going to find on the entire system. So there's only one control button, and that's just to brew. Same thing on your Pop. There is only one button. Same thing on your Plus. There's only one button to brew. That is it. Now that's the secret to these Nespressos. Very simple to use, and that's because the pods are going to be indicating what size the Nespresso should be brewing, and that makes it easy for you. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to brew a cup of coffee, but at the same time, I also want to show you, so this is a standard Bali 16-ounce mason jar, and if I want to place this underneath my Nespresso, it fits if I do not have the tray underneath it. With the tray on, it will not fit, so this is not a lot of space if you want to use a cup. But this is the Arancino from Nespresso. I love how this produces froth milk. All you need to do is add some milk and it'll create it for you. Now we're going to be brewing a cup of coffee. This is on a Malazio. So this is a 7.7 ounce pod. We're just going to drop it in. So very simple to do. We just want to open it up, pop it in. We're going to add some water here. So let's brew our cup of coffee here. We're just going to, we placed in our pod. We're going to close our Nespresso. You can hear the puncture. Lock it into place. Now all we need to do is press the button here. 1, 2. You can hear it working. It smells delicious. And you can see how creamy the pop is. The pop is going to be a little bit noisier than the plus, but not hugely, but it does brew a delicious cup of coffee. And it's all done. You can see how amazing that came out there. And the Arancino really just does all the work for you, and that's why I love it. So at the same time, we're going to be brewing a pod with our next here. Close. Press the button down. That is going to be our next brewing. So even using the same pod, we're getting less froth on our next than we got on our pop, but the flavor is exactly the same. We're going to add some of our frothy milk. So we're going to add some frothy milk into both of our containers. First, we're going to add it into our next. And then let's add it into our pop. It's a delicious color. Inside of your app store, there is the Nespresso app. You just want to open that, and this is what it's going to take you to. So we have a Vertuo Latissima, but we also want to add another machine. We're going to say, pair your machine, start pairing. It's going to be a virtual machine. Let's ready, start pair. Looking for your machine. We're connecting to our Vertuo Pop. But once your machine is finished pairing, you can view your machine, and you want to view it. And that's going to give you your maintenance, machine assistance, machine details, and my recipes. It's also going to show you all of your various other machines you might have inside your house. If we click on maintenance, you have your disk scaling. So that's going to walk you through disk scaling, the entire process. You have your rinsing and you have your emptying. All of these are going to just be walkthrough processes that will walk you through, like cleaning out the water tank and cleaning out the container. So you have an overview, and this is really just a walkthrough on YouTube on how to use and get the best out of your Vertuo Pop. There's no real difference between this or even like a Vertuo Latissima in terms of the abilities outside of the how many videos it's going to show you. The app is really just for informational, more so than getting a lot of use out of it. So ultimately, if you're trying to decide between the Next and the Pop, well, let me make it really easy for you. If you are okay using the smaller cup size, and you are okay with the smaller size in general of the Pop, I think the Pop is the better offering just because of the better build quality. I know that my Next, it sounds a little bit crazy sometimes, and I know the seals can fail. So I'm not huge on keeping my Next, and if I wanted to upgrade, I'm definitely either going with the Plus, because I love the Plus, my wife loved the Plus. You know, just having this just having the ability to do that, open and close, is so much easier because I feel like just opening and closing this on the Next is the biggest issue. Something they fixed on the Pop. And the Pop still brews the same Nespresso pod as just as well as the Plus. It brews it just as well as my Latissima. The difference is it doesn't make it as good as my Latissima because my Latissima is fully automatic. It can make a latte or a cappuccino without you having to do any work. You just have to press the button. So where do I think this fits in? I think this is the updated new version of the Next, and I think the Next is going to go towards the Plus. And that's where I think Nespresso is going. And we hope that Nespresso keeps making some of these really beautiful and delicious machines. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. This is David with the French Glow, showcasing to you our Nespressos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. And please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help support our channel. And I'll catch you next time. Bye, bye, bye.